Welcome everyone to Actual Quant's questions asked on 24th November 2020 on different screen and different sets. I've picked up 25 different questions which are different from what being asked on 22nd and 23rd. I've seen few questions being repeated on the screen of 22nd and 23rd. So I've handpicked some questions which have not been discussed in our previous videos. Here you will find many questions from time, speed, distance, time and work, and especially this time simple interest and compound interest questions where they're on all screens. So do pause the video, you know the drill. Do pause the video and try to attempt these questions by yourself. Yes, that is what I'm up to. Do it yourself first of all. Today's focus in this video would be on time, speed, distance, and simple interest, compound interest. I've put in like 6 to 8 questions out of 25 from these two topics. So pause the video, take your time, read the question carefully. I'm not putting up the timer this time. You do it yourself and then check out the solution. Hope this video would be of great help to you. Best of luck, best wishes, and do well. So the first question, Geeta travels the first 4 hours of her journey at the speed of 60 kph and the remaining 5 hours at the speed of 24 kph. What is the average speed of Geeta's travel? Here we see we have the set of S1 T1, S2 T2, and suppose we have similar kind of sets till Sn Tn. Means at varying speeds, different time zone are being traveled. In this case, average speed is the weighted arithmetic mean of the speeds. In this case, average speed is summation of St divided by summation of T. That is S1 T1 plus S2 T2 divided by T1 plus T2 in this case. So average speed would be S1 T1. This is S1, this is T1, 60 into 4, 240 plus S2 T2, 24 into 5, 120 divided by T1 plus T2. T1 plus T2, 4 plus 5 is 9. So we have 360 by 9, that is 40 kph. Average speed of Geeta is 40 km per hour. Fourth option fits in. Yes, in case if D1 S1 and D2 S2 is given, and suppose like Dn Sn is given, then what would be the average speed? Average speed would be weighted harmonic mean of the speeds. Average speed would be summation of D upon summation of D by S. Or if we take 2 points, it would be D1 plus D2 upon D1 by S1 plus D2 by S2. See, average speed is simply total distance travelled divided by total time taken. In this case, total distance travelled would be D1 plus D2 and total time. Since T is not given, how do we calculate time? Time is equals to distance travelled by speed. So in the first group, the time taken would be D1 by S1. In the second group, time taken would be D2 by S2. And hence it takes the shape of what? Weighted HM. The similar kind of concept is used while we are calculating average speed when S1 T1s are given. Here distance is not given, so we need to find the total distance. Distance travelled in first group is S1 into T1 because distance is equals to speed into time. Similarly divided by total time taken T1 plus T2. So These two are the two basic ideas which are there as a concept for calculation of average speeds. Please make a note of this because questions around these two concepts are regularly asked. Which is the least natural number which, when subtracted from both the numerator and denominator of the fraction 7 by 8, so let the least natural number be x, then we have 7 minus x upon 8 minus x gives a ratio less than 17 by 21. Okay, with inequality, let us solve. 7 into 22 is 154 minus 22x is less than 80 and 56, 136 minus 17x. So if I bring this x here, it would be 22 minus 17, that would be 5x. 154 minus 134 is 20 and 18. So we will have 18 is less than 5x, 5x should be greater than 18, x should be greater than 18 by 5, x should be greater than 3.6. So x should be greater than 3.6 and we are talking about natural number. That means x can take any value, 4, 5, 6, 7, anything. And they have asked us to find the least of such values. So least of such values is 4. Option C, answer 4. R and M have x and y number of suites. X and y are such that the sum of 5% of x, let's call it 5x, and 4% of y is equal to 2/3 of the sum of 6% of x and 8% of y. Very easily I can avoid 100 from here, isn't it? Find x is to y. We can just solve the equation and we would be able to find x upon y. 15x plus 4 into 3 is 12y equals 2 into 6 is 12x plus 2 into 8 is 16y. So we have 15x minus 12x equals 16y minus 12y. 3x is 4y. Therefore, x by y is 4 by 3. X is to y would be 4 is to 3. Yes, that features in the first option. Ram pays an insurance premium of rupees 833.33. This 33 always haunts me. So what I actually do always is I convert this into fractions. Let me make it 833 1 by 3. So it would be like what? 24002499 plus 1, 2500 by 3. Now it is in my comfort zone as far as calculations are concerned. So this is the insurance premium paid by him. If the rate of insurance is 1 by 6% of the value of the house, value of the house into 1 by 6% means 1 by 600 is equals to the insurance premium is equals to 2500 by 3. Now the calculation become as simple as water, isn't it? 200. Value of the house is 2500 into 200. That is 50 and then 2 zeros. It's give me rupees 5 lakh. What is the value of the house? Value of the house is rupees 5 lakh. That's in option B and the answer. M has some pens. He sells 40% of the pens. So he must be left with 60% and still has 420 left with him. That means 60% is 420. So originally how many pens did he have? Originally he have 420 by 60 into 100, isn't it? that is 700. Yes, option C is there, and that's the answer. A man has to pay taxes on his income according to the following. Okay, we have 4 slabs given. No tax for income up to 2 lakhs. 5% tax on excess income above 2 lakhs and up to 6 lakh. So from 2 to 6 lakh, that means for 4 lakhs, he needs to pay 5% tax. 10% on excess income above 6 lakhs up to 12 lakhs. From 6 to 12 is how much? 6 lakhs. 10% tax need to be paid. And 15% tax on excess income above rupees 12 lakh. 12 lakh and above, it would be 15%. If the man's income is rupees 18 lakh, okay, then how much taxes would be he paying? So his slab would be 2, then from 2 to 6 is 4 lakh, 6 to 12 is 6 lakhs, 12 gone. You have got 6 lakh in the fourth slab. In the first slab, no tax. In the second slab, 5% of 4 lakh. That would be 4 lakh into 5 by 100, 20,000. Done. Third slab is 10% of 6 lakh. 10% of 6 lakh would be 60,000. Done. Third is 15% of 6 lakh. 6 lakh into 15% is 90,000. So 90 plus 60 is 150 plus 20 is 170. How much taxes he needs to pay? He needs to pay 1,70,000 as taxes. Option D fits in, and this is the answer. A company purchased goods for rupees 50, cost price is rupees 50 each, and sold them at rupees 70 each. Okay, so they would be making a profit of, rupees 20 per unit. Making a profit of rupees 4240 in total. Okay, then how many units are sold? If number of units sold are X, number of units sold would be number of units sold, total profit 4240 divided by per unit profit, isn't it? That is 212 units. So if they are selling 212 units, they would be making profit of 4240. 212, yes, that's there in option B, and that's the answer. If the ratio of the number of votes received by two candidates after an election is 23:26, 23x votes to the first candidate, 26x votes to the second candidate. Obviously, he must have won and he must have lost. And the difference between the votes is 26x minus 23x, that is 3x, is the largest two-digit number. The largest two-digit number is 99. Okay, so x is equals to 33. What is the number of votes received by the candidate who lost the election? He lost the election, this guy. So the number of votes he must have received is 23 into 33. That is 759. Yes, we have this 759 in option C, and that's the answer. S borrowed rupees 900 at the rate 4% per annum and rupees 1100 at the rate 5% per annum for the same duration. Okay, for X years maybe. If she paid a total of rupees 364 as simple interest, okay, then the time duration for which she had borrowed money. Now, as a simple drill, how do we calculate simple interest? That is PRT by 100. Principal or the sum borrowed is P. R, rate of interest, that is always in per annum, and T is time in years, in completed years. Not in completed years, anything in years, and 100 remain 100. So SI from the first part, SI1 is 900 into 4 by 100 into X years. Investment is made for X years, that is 36X. And SI from the second part is 1100 into 5 by 100 into X, so that is 55X. So if I add them up, 6, 5, 11, 1, 9, 91X should be the simple interest. Yes, where X is the number of years. Now it's given that she have paid 364 as total simple interest. So 91X is 364. So the value of Rx is 364 by 91, that is 4 times. So for the time duration for which she has borrowed the money is 4 years. Yes, we have this in the fourth option, and that's the answer. A bus goes from A to B at the rate 60 kph, and another bus leaves from B to A at the rate 70 kph. Traveling the same distance, I guess. What is the average speed of the two buses combined if distance is 420 kilometers between them? Distance is same. So here what we see, that A have traveled distance D at speed S1, and B had traveled the same distance D with the speed S2. So we have seen in one of the previous question also that if D and S are given, average speed is harmonic mean of the speeds. I haven't used the word weighted here because D is same. So if D remains same and S varies, average speed is simple harmonic mean of the speeds given. It would be, since only two data is given, it's simply 2 upon 1 by S1 plus 1 by S2, irrespective of whatever be the value of D. If instead of 420 kilometer, it's 42 kilometers or 4200 kilometer, then also we would have ended up getting the same average speed. So on solving, you'll get 2S1 S2 upon S1 plus S2, which you can use it as a formula in case this type of data set is available. What data set? That same distance is traveled at different speed and two speeds are given, then average speed is 2S1 S2 upon S1 plus S2. In case of many are there, it would be simply of the form N upon summation 1 by S, isn't it? N upon 1 plus 1 by S1 plus 1 by S2 plus 1 by S3 and on. That's simple harmonic mean of speeds. So in our case, S1 is 60 and S2 is 70. Okay, so average speed should be 2 into 60 into 70 by 60 plus 70. Okay, can we use calculator here quickly? So that would give us the value 2 into 60 into 70 divided by 130. 64.615. So average speed is 64.615 kph. 64.615. It's featured in option A, and that's the answer. The average wages of a worker during the fortnight comprising 15 consecutive working days was 120 rupees per day. So his average for 15 days is 120 rupees per day. 15 into 12 is 180. So his earnings would be 1800 for the entire 15 days. During the first 7 days, his average wages were 110 per day. First 7 days, 110. That is 770. And the average wages during the last 7 days, this is first 7 days, last 7 days, into 124. 7, 4, 28, 2, 14, 16, 1, 868. What was the wage on the 8th day? This is 7 and this is 7. That accounts to 14. So if I deduct these two additions from 1800, I'll get the wages on the 8th day. So 8th day wages are 1800 minus total of 770 plus 868. That is 1800 subtract 8, 6, 12, 13, 1, 15, 16. So it should be 162. 8th day wages is rupees 162. Yes, option C fits in. That is in option C, and that's the answer. The difference between compound interest and simple interest on a sum of rupees 30,000 for 2 years is rupees 192 must be at the same rate of interest. Obviously, that should be mentioned. Fine. Now, we should be knowing this. If same money P is invested at same rate of interest R and for the same time T, then the difference between compound interest and simple interest for the first year will always be 0. Because in the first year, compound interest and simple interest both are same. For 2 years, difference for 2 years combined CI and combined SI would be P into R by 100 whole square. That me write this as Pi square, where I equals to R by 100. Okay, let me make it smaller. If it is for 3 years, it would be Pi square into I plus 3. So generally, we should know these three formula so that once we know this, our life becomes easy while calculating these things. We don't need to find out the entire compound interest, entire simple interest, and then deduct. Okay, so here in this question, the difference between CI and SI for 2 years is 192. So we can use this second delta 2 formula. So 192 is the difference, which should be equals to P, that is 30,000, into R by 100. Or let me make this just R is I square. So I square would be 192 by 30,000. Okay, so this is 10,000, and when divided by 3, it will give me 64. So I is root 64 is 8 and root over 10,000 is 100. That gives us what? 8% rate of interest. Third option or option C fits in. Yes, answer is 8%. We can use this formula directly. A pump can fill a tank in 3 hours. We have a filler which can do this work in 3 hours. However, due to a leak, it takes 30 minutes more. That means P minus L, because P minus L are operating, now it will take 30 minutes more. That means 3.5 hours. Or let me call it 7 by 2 hours or 3.5 hours, whatever you want to write. How much time would it take for the whole tank to be drained out from the How much time would it take for the whole water to be drained out from the tank because of the leak? I need the value of L. We know the rule for subtraction in time and work. So if we have A plus B is X and A is Y, then if I need to find the value of B, it would be simply what? Product by difference. That's the cutest formula which we can use. It would be xy upon y minus x to find the value of b. Now here I want to find the value of L. I need to subtract these two. So L would be, that we multiply these two, 3 into 3.5 divided by 3.5 minus 3. That is 9, and 10.5 by 0.5. That would be 21 hours. So how much time it would take for the whole water to be drained out? That means we have calculated the value of L. If L is working alone, means if a leak is only in operation, not the inlet pipe, then what will happen? It would be emptying the entire filled up tank in 21 hours. Option A will mark, and that would be the answer. If a bank pays compound interest, which is compounded quarterly means every 3 months, at the rate 10% per annum, that means effective rate is actually 10 by 3. Sorry, there are 4 quarters. 10 by 4, that is 2.5%. Fine. Then the interest that the person should get by investing rupees 10,000 for 6 months. 6 months means he's getting paid 2 times. For every 3 months he's been getting paid the interest, so now he will get interest 2 times. So we can use the amount formula directly. Amount is P into 1 plus I to the power n. So in this case, amount collected would be 10,000 into 1 plus I is 2.5 by 100 to the power 2. Now from this amount we need to deduct this principal value so that we can get the compound interest. So compound interest would be amount minus principal value. Simple way, simple method to find this. But why do we really be using this when we need to calculate only interest for the 2 time period? And this we can do this in no time. We started with 10,000. Okay, 10,000 into 2.5% is how much? That is 250. That would be the interest collected in first month. Okay, fine. Second month. Second month means second quarter. I'm talking about quarters. This is first quarter and this is second quarter. Okay, in second quarter what happened? He will again get an interest of 250 plus he will get an interest of 2.5% on this 250 also. That's it. 250 into 25 by 1000. 625 by 100 is how much? 6.25 more interest. 6.25. So now just add these 3 up. So the total interest collected by the end of 6 months would be 250 plus 250 is 500. 506.25 rupees. Yes, that's featured in option B, and that should be the answer. The daily income of 2 persons are in the ratio 4:7. So income ratio is 4:7. Let me write this as 4x and 7x. If each receives an increment of rupees 10 in the daily income, plus 10 plus 10, the ratio becomes 3:5. Now this becomes 3:5. Find the respective daily income. So we can find the value of x by solving this equation set. 20x plus 50 equals 21x plus 30. So x is equals to 20. That's it. So income of these people are in the ratio 4:7. Common ratio is 20. So the income would be 20 into 4 is 80. 20 into 7 is 140. So option B fits in. That's the answer. In these sets, they have asked a lot of good questions from compound interest and simple interest, which was not there in the previous 2 days set. So maybe like with each passing day, they are offering new topics, questions to us. Let's see what is there with this question. The compound interest on a certain sum of money is rupees 630. Compound interest is 630 for 2 years at the rate 10%. What is the corresponding simple interest? If compound interest is 630 for 2 years at the rate 10%, what should be the simple interest? We know that compound interest for 2 years is like x plus x plus 10% of x. If x is the interest collected in first year, this x would be the interest collected in second year, and this x by 10 is interest on the first year interest. Can I say now this is equals to 360? 2x, that is 20 plus 1. 21x by 10 is 630. 30 times x is equals to 300. And you know what is x? X is compound interest in first year, which is same as simple interest for the first year. So what would be the corresponding simple interest? We need to find simple interest for 2 years. That would be 300 into 2. That is rupees 600. The number of x sold, x may be some product, maybe like that. Number of x sold in 1 year varies inversely with the number of y sold in that year. Okay, so x varies inversely as y. So we can say units of x sold and units of y sold product should be constant. Or I can say x1 y1 is equals to x2 y2. So let's see if we would be requiring this. If 4,000 x were sold in 2018, then 21,000 of y were sold in 2018. Okay, so 4,000 into 21,000 is on the left hand side we have. How many y were sold in 2019 when 6,000 x were sold in 2019? So this would be 6,000 into y2. I need the value of y2. 3 gone, 3 gone, 2, 3, and this would be 7,000. So y2 is 2 into 7,000, 14,000. 14,000 units of y would be sold in 2019. 14,000, it fits in option C, and that's the answer. Are invested rupees 50,000 partly at 10% per annum and partly at 15% per annum. His total income in 1 year is rupees 7,000. Okay, it's just in 1 year affair. We can take it as x and y, or x and 50,000 minus y. So the equation would be x into 10% for 1 year plus 50,000 minus x into 15% for 1 year. The total interest should be equals to 7,000. I've just used the value of formula to calculate simple interest, that is PRT by 100 with the same generic notations. Okay, since it is compound interest, so simple interest hardly matter because it's been only invested for 1 year. Now we can solve this. 100 out, it becomes 7 lakh. So we have 10x minus 15x would be 5x. Now 5 into 15 is 7 lakh 50,000 minus 7 lakh. That is 5x is equals to 50,000. So x equals to 10,000. Now how much money is invested at 10% per annum? At 10% per annum, we have assumed that rupees x is invested. That means 10,000 is invested. So this was just a simple equation method to find the value. Yes, I guessed you are guessing it correct. We can also use rule 6 butterfly quickly. Cross diagram from the jungle book, jungle rule. Okay, so how it would be? If the entire 50,000 is invested at 10%, I'll get 5,000 as interest. And if the entire 50,000 invested at 15%, I'll get 7,500 as interest. But the interest collected by me is 7,000. Now use the butterfly. So 7500 minus 7,000 would be 500. And 7,000 minus 5,000 is 2,000. So the ratio should be 1:4. That means at 10%, investment is 1/5 of 50,000. That is 10,000. and obviously at 15% is 4/5, which would be 40,000. So use any method you feel like. It's all up to you. Okay, so here the answer is 10,000. Let's move on. Go through this question, and it's quite interesting. I find many people answering can't be determined. It's all because the very concept of statistics is missing with the people who are more with maths and not stats. There are 75 teachers in the school. Number of teachers, 75. The salaries of 25 of them increased by, so this is frequency increase, by 10%. While the salaries of 50 teachers increased by 25%. Okay, let me make it converted into index format. Now, for the 25 people, their index increased by 10%. That means now their index becomes 110. And for 50 people, their index or the average salary increases by 25%. Now their index becomes 125. Okay, find the average percentage increase in the salary of 75 teachers. I'm looking out for general index now. That would be I, and this is your W. I just need to find IW, and it would be summation IW by summation W. Let's calculate. 25 into 11 is 2750, and 125 into 5 is 6250. When we add up 001, 70189, we'll get 9,000. So general index would be 9,000 by 75, 15,600, 15,5. So I'll get 120. That means general index on the overall index is 120. That means overall in percentage increase is 120 minus 100, that is 20%. That's option B fits in. That's the answer. Using the concept of index numbers, we can calculate this. And yes, we would be able to find an answer. Answer is not can't be determined. A machine costs rupees 3,75,000. It is sold at a loss of 20%. Okay, so if CP is like 100, SP is 80. SP is what? CP minus loss. Only recovery is 80. What will be its cost price as a percentage of selling price? We need to find CP by SP into 100 here. This cost price 3,75,000 is irrelevant here because we need to find the ratios. So it would be simply 100 by 80 into 100, isn't it? Okay, 2425, and this is 25. So we get 125%. Option D fits in. Wow. The population of a city is 12,60,000. On this, 2/3 are men. So how many are the men? 2/3 of 12.6 lakh, 12,60,000. So it would be 4.2. That is 8,40,000 are men. Then how many are the women? 1/3, 4,20,000. Okay. So on this, 2/3 are men, and they are to marry women from the same city only. Congratulations to them. If 40% of the men are married, okay, so how many are married men? 40% of 8,40,000. So it would be 16,1, 32, 33. 3,36,000. Find the percentage of women who are unmarried. Obviously, these many men are married with these many women. So unmarried women would be 4,20,000 minus 3,36,000, isn't it? 4 41 is 84,000. Yes. So 84,000 are unmarried women. They have asked find the percentage of women who are unmarried. So the required percentage we are looking out for is 84,000 on what? Not on all, on number of women itself. Percentage of women who are unmarried. Gone. So 42, 2 times 42, 10. So that would give us 20%. So 20% of the women that fits in option A, and that is the answer, are unmarried. A train travels 8 km in the first quarter of an hour. So 8 km in time t. Here t is first quarter of an hour means 15 minutes. 6 km in second quarter. Again 6 km in second quarter means in time t. 31 km in the third quarter. 31 km in time t. Then what is the average speed of the train per hour? Here we can see that t is same and s is different. So whenever we have like s1t, s2t till s and t where time is same, average speed is simple am of speeds given. It is simple am of speeds given. So in this case, average speed would be 8 plus 6 plus 31 by 3. That is 8 plus 4 is 14 and this is 45 by 3. That is 15 kilometers per quarter. That means 15 kilometers in what? 15 minutes. And they have asked us to find the average speed of the train per hour. So average speed per hour would be 15 into 4, that is 60 km per hour. Option A fits in. A and B run towards each other at the rate 5 kph and at the rate 6 kph respectively. Okay, if the distance between them is 330 kilometers, in what time will they meet? Obviously, they are not running towards each other on their foot. They are on some vehicle or such. So we know that when two moving bodies are approaching towards each other, time to meet is distance between them, distance between objects, moving objects, divided by relative speed, or shall I call it effective speed. And since both are approaching towards each other, effective speed would be a plus b. So that would be 330 kilometers and the effective speed would be 5 plus 6. 330 by 11 will give us what? 30 hours. Since both are moving towards each other, effective speed is a plus b. Suppose both are moving in same direction, then effective speed would be mod of a minus b, whichever is greater. So here the answer is 30 hours. That's in option A, and that is the answer. P is twice as good as Q. Okay, if P is twice as good at Q, obviously it means that P would be taking half the time what's been taken by Q. So P is twice as good at Q. That means if Q is taking 2x time to complete a piece of work, this is time, then X would take only X hours to complete the piece of work. Together they finish the work in 14 days. And what is the formula to find P plus Q? We know that it is product by sum when we are adding up. So it's simple. If A takes X days to complete the work, B takes Y days to complete the work, then A and B together will take XY upon X plus Y days to complete the work. So it would be 2x square upon 2x plus x is 3x. That is given as 14. X cancel out 2, 7. So x is 21. In how many days Q alone do the same work? Q alone do the same work in 2 into 21. That is 42 days. P is twice as good at Q. Q will take 42 days. P will take 21 days. Q will take 42 days. Option D fits in, and that should be the answer. If the rate of failure in an examination is exactly 39.25%, wow, what is the least number of total candidates who appeared in an examination? We just need to find the rational fraction of 39.25%. That would be 3925 by 100 into 100. Okay. So 3925 by 25 would give us what? 3925 by 25 would give us 157. 4 times. So I'll get 157 by 400. Now 157 is not divisible by 4. 157 is not divisible by 5 either. That means this is the rational fraction for 39.25%. So least number of candidates who should be appearing in the examination should be 400, or otherwise you'd end up getting numbers in fractions, isn't it? 400 is the answer. Option B, and that should be the answer. We should put a tick on. Thank you everyone for participating, and thank you for doing these 25 questions. As we have seen that they have changed the content of the questions. They have asked a lot of questions from time, speed, time and work, and simple and compound interest. So every day they are coming up with their own new concepts. So please do practice these a lot before you sit for your next Tech Mahindra examination. I'm Mohit Jain signing off from MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. Please subscribe to the channel and stay connected. I'll see you soon.